What's good, family? Big belated thank you to my doggy Rad Vlad for coming through and boosting the coin up. 100% confirmed. Much needed coins, 100%. So, as you've all seen by now, Josh, pretty boy Kelly, rolled up and smoked on Troy Williams' pack. And I gotta really salute Josh Kelly. Not just because he booshed man the YB's coins up. We love the coins, 100%. But also, as a man to another man. Yeah, going in there and getting at it. You know what I'm saying? Going in there and boxing the way he did is 100% saluted. After what he's gone through in that sense. Obviously, end of the day, yeah, ain't no one died. It's just a sport. However, we've seen many other people in the past, especially when they have the kind of hype Josh Kelly had. And, I mean, look at Naz. Obviously, Naz got to a much higher level than Kelly, but they're really similar stories. Extremely similar stories. Difference is, Naz had his first proper loss and ran off. Kelly had a similar kind of loss. Yes, Naz didn't get stopped by Barrera, but it was a beatdown. He got thumped up. Actually, like I said, very similar thump downs, truth be known. The way Josh Kelly got thumped up by a Venetian is almost one for one the same way your man's, what's the guy's name? I've got his name. Your man's Prince Nassim got thumped up by Barrera. But like I said, Josh Kelly, I guess you could say, well, YB, Kelly hasn't made millions yet. But either way, it's not really about how much you made or whatever else. Look at AJ. What it's about is the character of the person. If your character is solid, your character's solid. And so far from what we've seen, particularly tonight, Josh Kelly's character is 10 out of 10. Because not only has he come back from that embarrassing loss, the way he handled himself, he wasn't on home turf, he was fighting in Troy Williams' gaff, and he fought like, honestly, he was undefeated and whatever else. That's really hard to do, you know. Again, look at AJ. AJ lost to Ruiz and was never the same again. In fact, that's a great example. The way AJ lost to Ruiz is a similar loss to Josh Kelly and Venetian. Got beat down, and there's some people said he quit. I don't think he did quit against Venetian. I don't see it as a quit. Interestingly enough, Troy Williamson was saying, oh yeah, you quit, you ain't got no heart. I didn't see that. I didn't see him roll over. He fought, and then, yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, was he desperate to carry on? No, but there's a difference between not being desperate to carry on and actually jacking. For example, that guy the other weekend, lost my coins, what's his name? John Ryder versus Zach Parker. Zach Parker's a quitter. Bum-ass dude. I don't think you can say Josh Kelly's a quitter when he was in there doing what he could do to the end. He didn't say, Josh Kelly could have said, oh, I got a cut, innit? That's what Zach Parker got a cut. Oh, no, broke his hand. Oh, allegedly broke his hand. And by the way, Zach Parker's actually since been exposed. Zach Parker posted a picture of a broken hand that wasn't his. It was found on Google Images. So like I said, Mr. Zach Parker broke my hand. He jumped straight out of there on the same round. Josh Kelly had a huge gash on his eye, and he carried on going. So anyway, what I'm getting at is, Josh Kelly went in there tonight and boxed as if he was brand spanking new. Despite all the factors were against him. The bookies were against him. The circumstances were against him. I mean, the most likely outcome, the bookies had Troy Williamson winning by KO as the most likely outcome. I thought that was mental. The way everyone been gassing up this Troy Williamson guy. I thought he was, bottom line, I put a video out a few days to the membership dons. 100%. I told them, listen, Josh Kelly, what convinced me really was this video here. It was Josh Kelly and Troy Williamson had a face-to-face. A Wasserman. You know Wasserman? Wasserman's the Callis Howland promotional outfit. Wasserman, let's have a look. Wasserman, yeah, here we go. This is it here. This face-to-face is what convinced me that Josh Kelly was about to wash this dude, as he did. Because Kelly came across so confident. Now, I like to think I can read body language. And we've seen people like Adrian Broner before, who loses. Again, that's another good example. The way Broner lost to Maidana is similar to how Josh Kelly lost. Look at Broner. Broner was broken and never the same again. Scared to throw his hands and just a broken man. What I saw in this face-to-face with Josh Kelly, he just looked like a brand new guy. I didn't see any anxiety. I didn't see any grudge holding in that sense. For example, when I see AJ speak, I always get the feeling there's a bit of he's holding a grudge with himself. I don't get the feeling that he's let things go of the past. I don't get the feeling that he's brand new. Josh Kelly in his face-to-face, I got the feeling he was brand new, there weren't no demons on his shoulders, and whatever else. And listen, anyone who watches that fight, Kelly versus Troy, if you tell me that man's got something on his shoulders, I need some of that. This was one of the most, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, Troy Williamson was hyped up. He's a solid British level dude, that's it though. Josh Kelly's on that, a level above. There's 3 levels essentially. British level, that medium level, and then you've got the world level guys. And then you've got the A1 pound for pound guys. There's probably, obviously there's loads of levels, but you know what I'm saying? Either way you look at it, we don't know. At this point in time, can we sit there and say Josh Kelly's world class? No. What we can say is, he's a class above Troy Williamson. Does Josh Kelly have the potential to be world class? Absolutely. I think the key thing, and a key reason why I went on Josh Kelly was because the weight as well. Josh Kelly was killing himself to make 147. He's a big dude. Troy Williamson's been 154 his whole career. And what did we notice? Troy Williamson wasn't bigger than Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly was killing himself to get to 147. And his whole demeanour's changed. When you're cutting weight, and you're losing water from your barnet, your barnet is drained of water, you can't, never mind fight. I think weight cutting's a travesty. I think governing bodies should introduce year-round weight limits, i.e. you fight at the weight that you are. It doesn't make no sense. If everyone's cutting weight, there's no advantage to cutting weight. Everyone should find a weight, an actual weight, and fight at that weight. I think it's actually quite disgusting that, the whole concept of weight cutting, it's almost like cheating. The only way weight cutting can exist is if people are trying to get an edge. Why would you want to fight someone smaller than you? Just fight at your natural weight. It's like McGregor. McGregor was cutting like 20 pounds. Like what? And then the crazy thing about McGregor, McGregor would cut 20 pounds looking like some sort of trauma victim who hasn't eaten for 10 years. McGregor would cut 20 pounds of weight and then have the audacity to say, you're a midget. Well, yeah, you are fighting midgets because you've just weight drained yourself 20 pound. Fight someone your own size, and guess what? Nate went in there and tumped you up. Yeah? Tumped you up nicely. The minute you went in there with someone your own size, you get tumped up 100%. But anyway, the point is, Josh Kelly went in there, with a full bonce. His bonce was full of water. He looked healthy. He looked happy. And that's invaluable. Mike Tyson said, there's nothing more dangerous than a happy fighter who loving what he's doing. Listen, to Kelly versus Williamson, Kelly was loving what he was doing. And I got the vibe of that in this thing here. This was classic for me, honestly. On the page, on the membership video I talked about, this video was classic, man. Proper classic. The way Kelly, it wasn't, I'm not into the whole kind of loudmouth thing. The kind of bars I like are the ones the deeper bars. Saying someone's a big dosser, it's funny, but it's not. That don't tickle my nipples. What tickles my nipples is if someone puts some fire, deep meaning bars in there, and there were a few of them from Kelly. Yeah, Kelly was talking about his chops being questionable, and I've heard some stories about your chops, all this kind of stuff. Honestly, it was A1, and this is what done it for me. Seeing this video, I knew that. I thought there was a high likelihood that Kelly, he wasn't a broken man. And technically speaking, Kelly too fast. And I said that. I'm not one of these guys, who comes along the next. Most people on YouTube, most of these Goober YouTube guys, there's 2 things about them. Number 1, they ain't never put no coins up. That's the first thing. Now I appreciate not everyone wants to gamble, that's fine, but I believe if you've got a strong opinion, you put your coins up. Otherwise, you're just another waffler. Yeah? These people always say, everyone's got an opinion. No, everyone hasn't got an opinion. The minute you put your coins up, your opinion is then not just an opinion. People on Twitter who waffling, they waffling. How many times on Twitter you always see people say, my man's going to knock your man out. Yeah, post a slip. Innit? I don't gamble. What do you mean? If you know your man's going to knock the guy out, make some free money. Oops. Yeah, most people though, they want to waffle. They ain't trying to really put it up. Put the coins up 100%. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not one of them guys who are going to come on here on YouTube and sit on the fence and then after the fight say, I told you that. Hatman, for example. Hatman, guarantee you. Hatman, fair play to the guy. He's an old school head. Old head, yeah. Old head originator. Probably one of the main reasons I made a channel. So I salute the old head for that. But what I don't like about Hatman, yeah, his arse is full of splinters. And then he tries to claim credit afterwards. So fair play to him. Fair play, yeah. Hatman will give a full analysis about a fight. It could go this way. It could go that way. It could be a draw. Yeah, again, salute the guy. He gives a really deep, full analysis of every particular possibility. Up, down, left or right, yeah? 100%. 2-2s. Naturally, because he's given every single possibility, one will happen. I told you that. Well, no, you didn't tell us that. You told us 10 different options. Now, one of them was going to be right, and then you say, I told you that. I can't stand them guys. Yeah? And that's why we never hear that from me. I'll tell you what happened. I put the coins up 100%. And if I lose, if I get bumped, like Zach Parker bumped me, he can 100%. Yeah, Goofy have an ass dude, broke his hand. Fight with one hand. Yeah, God gave you 2 hands for a reason, Goofy dude. Oh, I got to pull out because I broke my hand. The fuck? What's your other hand for then, you muppet? Do you know what I'm saying? These new age guys, I can't be dealing with these new age guys. And that's why tonight, again, I'm not sitting here and saying Josh Kelly didn't just do this to Errol Spence or Jamel Charlo. Yeah, fair play. But still, as far as this fight went, again, let's not forget people, yeah? This wasn't a case of Josh Kelly being a 10-1 favourite. I'm not going to lie, though. If Josh Kelly hadn't have lost, he would have been a 10-1 favourite for this fight. And it just goes to show the psychology of people. The minute you lose, people will write you off. And that's what the odds said. This fight, genuinely, I think, maybe because of sympathy, you can give Troy Williamson a round or 2, maybe. In reality, I think I had Kelly winning every round. Like I said, I only gave Williamson 1 or 2 rounds because you have to, don't you? You have to give him 1 or 2, just for the sake of giving him 1 or 2. In reality, he lost every round. A complete shutout. Boxed is it? I mean, people talk about, like, for example, Clarissa Shields, yeah? And this is actually a great example. People were sucking Clarissa Shields off about the Marshall fight. What we saw tonight, that is boxing someone's ears off. Yeah, you're in there, you're tangling it up, and you're licking them up, and the guy is looking stupid. Marshall versus Shields was a 50-50 fight, and Marshall was winning it. It was effective pressure. This guy, Williamson, he looked lost all night. Kelly was just on point, full of beans, and that's what the weight does. Kelly didn't sit down. He was walking back to his corner, standing up, full of beans, raring to go. He was dancing, and I loved it. The whole shtick, yeah, I loved it. Now, I'm not sure how far it's going to take him, because 154, the main guy, Charlo, he ain't no joke, and he ain't going to play no games like that. Hit him, and I think what convinced me Kelly would win this fight was the speed differential. I'll never forget Roy Jones versus Calzaghe. Yeah, and Roy Jones himself used to be a speed demon, but when they fought, Calzaghe waited until Roy Jones was about 67 years old. Anyway, 2-2s. One of my favourite, or one of the most iconic corner pieces I've ever heard was during that fight against Calzaghe. Roy Jones sat down after about 6 rounds and said, I can't hit him, he's too fast. Yeah, and it was quite humbling. You know, think of it. Think of prime Roy Jones. Do you think prime Roy Jones would be talking about how quick someone was? In fact, if anything, people would talk about how quick he was. Roy Jones was so quick, he was able to catch James Toney, who ain't no slouch. Yeah, Roy Jones caught a prime James Toney with a lead left hook. That's how quick he was. No one's quicker. I'd probably say Roy Jones is probably one of the quickest guys of all time. Nonetheless, Father Time got to him, and he was the one saying, I can't touch him, I can't get to Calzaghe, he's too quick. Why is that relevant? Well, that told me that, it's not rocket science, but that was a key thing that told me that speed matters. Everyone sucks off, timing's all cool, yeah. Oh, timing beats speed, yeah, that's good to a point. If you've got the ability to time, and even if you have got the ability to time, speed is a natural advantage, if you get what I'm saying. You can have all the timing you want. If someone's got a natural speed, it's like, people talk about timing, yeah, timing's good, but what about if someone's got speed and timing? And that's the thing about this fight. In my mind, Josh Kelly's got the better boxing IQ, and he was miles quicker. All due respect, Williamson was going life and death with Ted Cheeseman. Kelly boxed Cheeseman's ears off in a similar fashion. Do you understand? Kelly would do Cheeseman even easier. too leaky. Yeah? Williamson plodded forward, and I give Williamson respect to some extent. He didn't come to lose, but he was extremely one-dimensional. And again, there was levels to the game. Williamson showed his level. Williamson put his guard up and just kind of teetered forward. And really, I have to give respect to Canelo, because Canelo showed it's not as easy as just putting your hands up and walking forward. I don't know how he does it, but I guess the difference is Canelo has real power. People respect Canelo. And unfortunately, Williamson had his hands up and was walking forward, but he wasn't making anything count. Yes, we have to respect Kelly, but that's what I mean. Kelly, man, had it full of beans, 12 rounds, didn't stop dancing, and didn't stop. Yeah, he was backpedaling the whole night. But that's how you outbox someone. That's how you win 12 rounds. Don't tell me that Shields won all them rounds. She would go life and death. That tonight was a prime definition case, a textbook case of boxing someone's chops off. Yeah, beautiful performance, beautiful swagger, the whole 9 yards really. I really have to salute Adam Booth and Kelly, like I said, for pulling it off like this. Not just because of the coins, obviously much loved 100%, must need coins, but for himself. It's good to see a young dude coming up here who ain't soft like that, because he could have easily crumbled tonight. It wasn't like Williamson was happy to sit at mid-range and fanny around. Williamson clearly had the right game plan in that sense. Williamson's plan was, everyone's plan really. Everyone who fights Josh Kelly's plan is going to be, I'm going to go in there and Avanesian him. And Williamson did try. He had his guard up and was coming forward. Kelly was just too quick and too good. The first round, Williamson came plodding in and Kelly got off a two-piece and Williamson was standing like, what the fuck? And honestly, I guarantee you, if you could speak to Troy Williamson after that first round, he'd tell you the same thing Roy Jones was saying. Damn, he's just too quick. I can't get to him. And that's the bottom line here. Kelly was too quick and too smart, too good. Bottom line. And at 154, it is sewn up with Jamel Charlo. But outside of that, the division isn't that deep, which is a shame really, because Kelly, for example, who was it? There was a dude who was at 154 who was quite stiff at one point, and he was a champion. What's his name? He was supposed to be the next big thing, but he ended up getting beat by someone. I forgot the guy's name now. But anyway, that guy, Kelly would beat that guy in my opinion. There was a guy who was quite straight up and down, and Kelly would outbox him. Jamel Charlo, though, he is an A-star fighter. He has it all. A similar kind of speed to Kelly, maybe, certainly as quick. But listen, man, it's the fight game. Is that going to be a bad fight to watch? No. I'll watch that fight. But certainly again, I'm not even sure who even is at 154. Not even sure what names there are. Will Kell Brook get it back in the mix? But I think Kell Brook's a bit above Josh Kelly. I think Kell Brook's looking for the Conor Benn multi-million-dollar payday kind of one. But yeah, man, salute to Josh Kelly. He should be proud of himself for this performance. And it's not many times I'll say that, yeah? But he should be proud of himself, how he performed. Because it wasn't... I prefer aggressive fighting, but what he was doing in there, it wasn't... For example, Fury versus Klitschko. That was boring. All jab. Kelly, he's backing up all the time, but he's letting off 3 pieces at the same. It's quite odd. Normally, when you think about combinations, you think about someone on the front foot letting off. He's backing up and licking the guy. It's quite amazing, really, to watch. He's going backwards and licking people's bonds off of them. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Honestly, it's almost magical to watch, truth be known. But again, you have to bear in mind it's magical because Kelly's on one level and Williamson is a level or 2 below. When he was in there, I wouldn't mind, to be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing Avanesian rematch at 154. Would anything change? I don't know, but I think that, not going to happen, but I wouldn't mind Kelly, for his own sake and for his brand's sake. If I was managing Kelly, I'd be telling him, after this fight, when you win, get on the mic and tell Avanesian, you big bum, I want you at 154. Yeah, you tried to boil me down to beat me. Come up here and I'm gonna get I want that get back. I want that food. Yeah, serve me Frank Warren or Wasserman. Serve me up this Avanesian food. I need it bad. I need his get back bad. And from a marketing point of view, that would make your brand look rock solid. I mean, you know he's got a fight with Crawford. You know that he's probably not going to leave 147. So there's a good chance you don't have to fight him anyway. So the upside is the public say, wow, man, this guy's really back. This guy wants his get back. So you get all that extra recognition that you're really about it, and it's almost like a win-win. You either get to fight him again, and I don't know, honestly, this guy in the ring tonight, and the size difference, he'd be having the natural size difference, yeah. This guy in the ring tonight, I can see him outboxing Avanesian. I really can. This guy. The 154 Josh Kelly. That guy tonight, I can see him outboxing Avanesian. I really can. And I think it'd be great for his... I think that's the next move, to be honest. Who else is at 154? Let Avanesian fight Crawford. He'll lose to Crawford, yeah. And then try and get the get back. Commercially speaking, is it going to happen? No, because Avanesian's a nobody. Doesn't make any sense for the rematch. It's all risk. To be honest, if I was actually promoting or managing Josh Kelly, that wouldn't be a good move. What's the point in that? He hasn't got a belt. Yeah, makes no sense. But I'm talking about from a purist point of view. Forget about money. I'm talking about legacy. For Kelly's legacy. And I actually think, like I said, I think he's good enough to do it. I think he's good enough at 154 and fresh enough to go in there and do the same similar performance to Avanesian. Because Kelly had Troy Williamson looking silly in there. He looked like a lost child. Kelly was touching him all over as well. And that's what I do have to say this though. Kelly does have to be careful going forward. Because if he keeps on touching man like that, he's going to end up with some sort of SA case. 100%. Because the way Kelly was touching man all over. Yeah. Kelly was on some Jimmy Savile thing. 100%. Josh Kelly gave this Donny Jimmy Savile, 100%. Touch that. Listen, end of the day, man. Josh Kelly gave this dude, this big stiff dude, he gave him the Harvey Weinstein, the Harvey W, 100%. Kelly went in there and gave him the full Harvey W. Yeah, there wasn't not even a little bit that wasn't touched. Touch him, 100%. Josh Kelly got on the blower and said, "Yo, it's your man's Harvey Weinstein." He said, "Yo, I'm about to do you like Harvey W." Yeah. He said, "Listen, Troy." Listen, people, yeah. I heard the phone call. Yeah? Josh Kelly got on the blower and said, "Troy, come to my hotel. It's the Marriott. Yeah? No, room number 154. And we can talk about getting you in a Hollywood film." Yeah, Troy Williamson got to the hotel at the Marriott, went to room 154, and guess what? You best believe it. Yeah? Josh Weinstein ended up violating Troy Williamson when he got into the hotel room. Yeah, he touched him all over, 100%. Not even a little bit was not touched, 100%. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Salute Josh Kelly. Yeah, you're a real one. AJ needs to learn from the young buck. I gotta be honest here, he must learn. Oh, but YB, AJ's fighting top level dudes. No, I'm sorry, yeah. Troy Williamson, he ain't no worse than Usyk, truth be known. In terms of, I'm gonna be honest here, that's how I feel. I feel Usyk is no more game than Williamson was. That's the bottom line. No one can tell me, no one will ever convince me that Usyk was more game than Williamson. And that's what it's about. It's not about skills. At the top level, yeah, it's about who won it. And then above that, it's about skills and whatever else. And that's why AJ lost, because he didn't want it. If AJ wanted it, that would be all that mattered, in my opinion. When a big buff dude wants something, and a little dude wants something, the big dude wins. Technique and skills only matter if the big buff dude don't really want it like that. Yeah? Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell, no doubt about it.